Good morning. I hope you're doing well, children. I was just reading my Bible here, and today we're finishing up the story of Joseph. I hope that you will read this story in your Bible. So we're finishing up today in Genesis chapter 45, and it is, we're reading, go ahead and start in verse 1, and then you would go through verse 15. So, what's happening today? You have brothers and sisters? If you do, you're going to really understand how sometimes the brothers and sisters get mad at each other. Have you ever had that happen? Okay, we're going to use this bowl as an illustration of something today. So, I'm going to show you this bowl. This bowl is full of water, and we're going to add some pepper. Pepper is going to represent when we fight with our brothers and sisters. So let's just imagine that they take one of your favorite toys and they don't ask and it breaks. It's not unusual to get angry, but how do we handle our anger? If we choose to hit or say words that are hurtful to one another, which we do, we make mistakes. It's called sin when we make choices that hurt ourselves and others. So we're going to add a little bit of pepper to this clear water. And this pepper represents our hearts. Okay. So then let's think of another scenario. How about if you have some friends who get together in their backyard and play, they don't invite you? That doesn't feel very good, does it? So we have times where maybe we're jealous. Maybe when someone hurts us, we want to hurt them back in that way. The best thing to do is talk about it. Being honest in love. Sometimes we're not honest in love. Sometimes when we're sad or jealous, we want to get people back. And so when we try to take revenge, that puts more in our hearts that makes our hearts dirty, you might say. So this all represents things that dirty our heart, that keep us from experiencing God's love. It separates us when we make choices that hurt us. And so this is what happened in the story of Joseph and his brothers. They did things that hurt one another. The dad made bad choices. The brothers made bad choices. They set out to hurt Joseph. But Joseph continued to be used by God to bring good things to this world as God uses us. And so Joseph chose to forgive his brothers. And I want you to see this fun experiment. Okay. So when we make choices to forgive, we are doing something that heals our hearts, that takes away the sin. Did you see how that's separated? So whenever we ask God to forgive us, the sin is drawn away. It clears the way for us to see clearly again God's love for us. So have fun with that today. You can put pepper in water and then take some Dawn detergent or any kind of liquid detergent and stick it on your finger and then put it in the water and it goes whoop and it clears the path. And that's what happens when we ask God to forgive us and we give forgiveness to someone else. It clears the way for our hearts to be open to God. So I really pray that when you have feelings of anger, which are normal, or jealousy, all those things, those are normal feelings that happen. But what do we do with that anger? What do we do with that jealousy? Any yucky feelings inside, we ask God to help us to make good choices in our anger or in our jealousy or whatever the emotion might be that we are feeling. And again, I hope you read the story because Joseph gives us a good example of how God can work with us to repair relationships that are broken. So I pray that you work hard on this day to be loving and kind to one another and your family. Each day, one day at a time, let us do the good hard work of caring for one another, even though sometimes we get sick of each other in that same house all the time, don't we? But I pray this week for you in school to do your best work. And Miss Joy, will really be thinking about you and your families as you go back to school. Love you.